What's up, guys? I think you guys should be seeing me perfectly now. Permits me to reduce the voice at the audio level of this background music so that we can enjoy our live session. Oh, I think this is perfect. Alright, guys, you're welcome to another episode of our day-to-day live trading session. Thank you for joining us from YouTube and TradingView. Let me see. Wow, I have people waiting for me already on TradingView. Here we have Duty Corp on TradingView. Hi, hello, thank you. Though I'm a bit behind schedule, well, it's better to be late than not appearing at all. So thank you guys for joining. Thanks for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. So today is going to be another nice day. We are going to be having a lot of educative conversation, and hopefully it's going to make us have more profit in our day-to-day trading, especially this week and next week. So guys, if you can hear me perfectly on YouTube, just let me know. Just give me a signal so that I can know, okay, you guys can hear me perfectly. I remember so well the live session we had on on Monday. Those are on TradingView couldn't catch up with us. Those are on YouTube, I mean. Okay, I'm trying to confirm YouTube now. YouTube is up and running fine. Very clear. I think I get the settings this time around. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining. Let's start our analysis. As you can see on my chart, I have gold. I have gold right here. But I'm not going to be starting the analysis with gold. Let me quickly drop some things out there. YouTube. I can pin my comments. As you're coming in, guys, on trading on YouTube, kindly please share this link and let everyone gather here. Let's discuss. Let's see what's happening in the market. I could see a lot of opportunities awaiting us on the Forex market. Guys, permit me to quickly pick this call. It's not meant to call me on FaceTime. Okay, guys, let's wait like 1 minute more for guys to join us, then we can kickstart. Though I don't like waiting for people. Trying to just set up the YouTube stuff. Let me start. Okay, guys, let's begin. Let's begin. So you're welcome once again. My name is Abdullah. Maybe in case if you are joining me for the first time, what I do here on my channel is I try to put into practice what I've been learning for over some years now in the Forex market, and I try to do my best in encouraging people to trade, not to give up, and to seek the proper education. And at the same time, I use my knowledge, the little I have, the little I've gathered throughout my beginning, from my beginning, that was like around 6 to 7 years ago in the Forex market, to enlighten my mates, we traders, so that we can take full advantage of this market and make as much as possible while we trade. So today is another day that I'm going to be doing same thing I've been doing, and that is my live session, which I started somewhere around 2 weeks ago. So actually what I used to do back since 2017 is that I have a signal channel where I just put up, I have a free signal channel. I put up my chart analysis and I put all my reasons for particular trade and what I think the market is going to do. So most of the time it goes my way, and at times it doesn't go my way. So I tend to learn from that, and I develop myself gradually, moving from one trading strategy to another, keep jumping up and there until I got my balance. I got to the peak. Should I call it the peak yet? No. Okay, let me say I got to a stable point. I'm still stable right now. I don't really know if I'm still going to use another trading strategy in the future, but right now I'm based on Elliott wave analysis. I do analyze basically on Elliott wave. Elliott wave is a price action trading strategy whereby you see all the market movement, you see your chart as moving in terms of impulse and correction. So what we try to do most of the time is that we try to preempt the end of a correction so that we can trade our impulse, or we try to analyze and forecast the end of an impulse, which we call the motive wave. Then we are going to trade the correction. So, and that is what the man that invented the Elliott wave principle, that is what he preached, and so far has been using the Elliott wave trading strategy. I found it so interesting that I'm able to do my top-down analysis starting from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, from as high as weekly to the daily time frame down to the hourly time frame, even down to the per seconds time frame. I've been able to analyze and scout for very nice trading opportunities as much as possible. So another good thing about trading with Elliott wave is that you can really use it on any trading instrument. So far you have a chart that appears the way this gold chart is appearing here. So far you can see the waves, you can see the downs, and you can interpret it. That's what we try to do in Elliott wave. So at the same time, one of the trading strategies I used, which I still use to today, is the basic price action reversal and continuation patterns. We have different kind of continuation patterns. We all know that, ranging from we have the flat pattern, we have the candlestick patterns too. Candlestick pattern generally is an aspect of price action patterns. I tell people, we have 3 types of candlesticks. We have candlestick patterns that signals reversal, some that signal continuation, and some that are just like what we call like a confirmatory tool. So those are the price action patterns I use also. And at the same time, for my trading strategy, I combine my analysis with RSI. So the way I use my RSI is either I use it for divergence, I use the spot divergence, and maybe a trend, probably trend breakout. Those are what I use my RSI for. So guys, let's begin the analysis properly. Today I will be starting my analysis with cryptocurrencies. I have three cryptocurrencies on my watch list that I use to analyze day in, day out. I try to monitor what's happening on it. So that's what I'll be doing today also. When we leave crypto, then I'm going to analyze the USD pairs. Then we move to the GBP pairs. We jump into the indices. We take a look at the JPY pairs, Europe pairs up here, Australian pairs, and New Zealand pairs. So those are the plan for the day. After we are done with the analysis session, then I'll be taking questions and answers from you guys. Any questions that have to relate to trading. Maybe you want me to analyze another pair I haven't discussed about, and and other things. So guys, if you are watching the replay of this live session, please kindly click like, and at the same time help me by subscribing to the YouTube channel so that more people and more traders can join this live session whenever we have it. We do have this live session on Mondays, Wednesday, and Thursdays, 11 o'clock UK time. So guys, please let's make the channel grow viral so that we can have a lot of conversation and more engagement on this channel. So I won't waste much of the time. Let's dive deep into the analysis, starting from the crypto pairs. Today I'm going to be starting with Ripple. Let's see what Ripple has for us. I think everyone can hear me perfectly, right? Because on Monday we had an issue with the audio of the thing, and I think I fixed everything perfectly today. So guys, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments. Just drop the comment and let me know if you can hear me, guys. Okay, perfect. I can see there's no complaint at all. That means I'm up and running. Everyone can hear me perfectly. Alright, so cryptocurrency related, we're starting from Ripple, right? Alright, Ripple USD, fantastic. So what I was expecting for Ripple USD, that's exactly what is happening here. We are on the 2-hour time frame. I knew that the bullish move that happened from this low up to this high is just in form of a correction. I know that for a fact. So, and I know after this zigzag correction, the whole of this wave A, this will be this we've seen. Sorry, permit me to adjust the count here. This thing has been hampered with. Okay, so the whole of this swing to the high, to this higher high, is my first leg of correction, and this is a correct. This is the second leg, and this is the third leg. That makes up the zigzag to the upside there. So after the zigzag completed, you could see that we see the massive pull to the downside, which is in form of our downtrend. Which is in form of our downtrend. What I'm trying to spot here is, can you see that correction? Yeah. That correction came into play after this first bearish move. After this correction, there was a bit of breakout and retest, and then market started moving to the downside. So now we can start counting our impulse to the downside. We can count the whole of this swing down as wave 1, and this correction upward as wave 2. Then we don't know how long wave 3 can go. Then we'll see wave 4 and we'll see wave 5. But what we are expecting is the market is going to continue to go as low as possible, 8713 price level. That's the plan for Ripple. So guys, that's what I have for you on Ripple today. Let's go to Ethereum. I know most people are waiting for Ethereum. Ethereum is more being traded than fantastic. For those guys that were here, on Monday, you guys will testify that this analysis went as anticipated. And if you are just watching the replay, if you are not here on Monday, you can go back and see the video we did on Ethereum on Monday. It was part of the live session video, so you see it there. I think it was the second or third currency pair we discussed on Monday, which we discussed about on Monday, and we analyzed. So today, what do we have for Ethereum? Those that were in the live session on Monday, we knew that I already analyzed Ethereum, that there's a high possibility that it is going to reject this zone, and this zone is going to be our new resistance, because it has been a resistance zone in the past, as you can see here. Market failed to break above it here, same thing here, and same thing right here. Okay, so there's a high possibility that this resistance has been obeyed, and I call this just a fake out. I remember I called it a fake out the other day on Monday, because the market seems as if it has broken it with this bullish candlestick. But if you look inward, you see that there was a quick rejection with this bearish candlestick. So that tells you that market is not staying above the resistance zone. So that's what happened. I circled the whole of this move, starting from this low to this high, as my correction. That after the correction, I'm anticipating a fall to the downside, which is going to be in form of an impulse. Then the question is, has the impulse started as I anticipated? Yes. So the whole of this down move, I can call it as the first leg of impulse. All impulse wave will be in 5. It's going to be in form of 5 waves. So this first move is going to be counted as my wave 1. Take my wave count. I mark the whole of this as wave 1. And this correction to the upside is my wave 2. Then my wave 3, I don't know where it's going to end. Wave 4, wave 5. But there's a way we use to forecast the end of wave 3 by using a Fibonacci to measure the whole of wave 1. So no, that's not Fibonacci. So here it is. All of these move and see where the 161.8 Fibonacci level is going to fall on. Fantastic. You see 161.8 level is somewhere around here. So at least we are expecting wave 3 to come here. When price get in there, then we might now be anticipating a reversal, a bit of retracement. I mean, not a reversal. You can see something like a retracement to the upside. The market might continue falling. That's the first possible scenario. And the second scenario is the market can just continue to fall. You know how the crypto markets operate at times, and it's not going to even give us any opportunity to join the sell. There won't be any retracement, there won't be any pullback, and market will just continue falling. So for Ethereum, I remember in this month, since just 2 weeks ago I started this live session, we've had 2, or let me say 3 positions. I gave a buy recommendation somewhere around here. No, sorry, a sell recommendation first somewhere here. That seems as if there is a 5 impulse that has completed here. And that was perfectly executed. And after this ABC form, I was out of it. Then I anticipated that there's going to be a bullish reversal. When we are in the live session, I gave a buy call right here, and we had some people that were in this trade up to this high, and I thought, okay, maybe that's the end of the enough profit from this price level up to this high. That's a lot of pips. So that's the second opportunity we had. And the third opportunity was on Monday when I gave the call that markets going to continue to fall lower in price for Ethereum. I had two or three people that asked me particularly about Ethereum on Monday, and I hope the analysis was beneficial to them. So guys, for today, my analysis for Ethereum is that there's going to be a continuation to the sell to the downside. Either you see a bit of a little retracement to the upside before we see the continuation in the down move, or we just see a straight fall. So those are the two possible scenarios for Ethereum. Let me screenshot this so that we can have it in record and get back to this. No, I shouldn't have screenshot it. I would have just saved it. Still chatting it here. That's perfect. So that's that for Ethereum. Let's move to the next pair we have. So guys, if you have any question, you can drop it on TradingView, okay? Alright, so let's continue. What I have on Bitcoin is the next pair I'm going to be checking under the crypto watch list. It's going to be the third one and the last year for today. Here we are on Bitcoin charts. My analysis on Monday, for those that were on the live stream, played out as I have already analyzed. I gave this hypothetical drawing that we have two scenarios. Either we have a bit of retracement to the upside, which happened here. Is a bit of retracement that was anticipating. Then we will see a pull to the downside, and that's what happened. These are fetching a lot of pips down here. Pips have been waiting down, and that was fantastic. We are analyzing on a 2-hour time frame, guys. Can you see that? So each of these candlesticks, you know how much it's worth on the you know how much it's worth. So sorry, I'm trying to see if I've got a message. No, perfect. So now guys, what is it that I saw on Bitcoin and what did I recommend is sell, what did I analyze, and what did I give a recommendation for sell? It's just because I seen this impulse from this low up to this high. I label it as my wave A, and correction to the downside I see that my wave B, and pull to this upside I see that my wave C. Can you guys see that? That's interesting. So, and what we know ideally is after a correction, the next thing is going to be an impulse to the opposite side. So I tried to join this point together just to form something we call the bullish trend and see if there's any breakout. And you see the higher highs. This is a high. This is another high. This is another high. This is higher than phenomenon, and this is higher than phenomenon. So that was a nice breakout of the bearish, of the bullish trend. Let me call out that bullish trend breakout. You guys can see that. That's a bullish trend breakout. So it was followed by a pull to the downside as anticipated. So now the question is, how far will this bearish run continue to be? The first thing we have to be clear about before I answer that question is that we should know that what is happening down here, this down move here is an impulse move. Please do not forget that. You can even label it on your chart so that you can always see it there. Let me label it. sure what we are doing here. Is that impulse? Okay. Let's save the save current template as impulse. So this is an impulse, and according to the earlier trade rule, when we're talking about impulse, your impulse must be in form of 5 motive waves. So what we're expecting is something of this: wave 1, wave 2 correction, wave 3, which is going to be the longest, wave 3 should be the longest, and we have wave 4 correction and wave 5. So that's the ideal way we expect Bitcoin to continue to fall to a 17,600. That's 17,600 price level. That's ideal pattern it's going to follow. So what we are left with now is to go deeper and analyze this count and see if it's doing as anticipated. Oh, there's a question from Trade Uncensored. On Trading View said, hello, do you mind to analyze the JPY? Okay, we will do that. We will get to JPY soon. Okay? So we'll get to JPY soon. We are currently analyzing Bitcoin. So after we are done with Bitcoin, then we move to the JPY. Do not worry much about that. Okay? So for Bitcoin analysis, we are expecting an impulse downward here. So now let's look inward and see the counts, the sub counts. The first one I do is hypothetically, let me see, this is wave 1, this is wave 2, hypothetically. Can this be wave 3? Can this be wave 4? Can this be wave 5? Okay, it might be so and it might not be so. It's just, it's complicated a bit. And at the same time, I can say the whole of this is wave 1 and the correction here is wave 2. I can say this is another 1 of 3 and this is 2 of 3. I'm expecting 3 to continue to go as low as possible. So it depends. We won't stop. If I start looking at different ways we can counter this wave, it's going to be like something of like permutation. So let me take your time with that. So what is obvious here is that we are seeing series of down move and pullback, down move and pullback, down move. Ideally, there should be a pullback soon also. So let's wait for a pullback and see if there's going to be opportunity for us to join the sell for those that are not in the bearish scenario already. So for Bitcoin, I don't have two alternatives. I don't have two scenarios. I don't have any alternative. I still hold my view, and that is the bearish bias. Market is going to continue to go as low as possible up to maybe 17,600 based on my own electric approach. So let me save this chart so that we can get back to it later. So guys, that's what I have for Bitcoin. If you are clear on the analysis, if you don't agree with me, if you agree with me, let me know in the comment section. So I'll definitely come back and check them and reply appropriately. Trust me. So let's move to the DXY pairs, USD pairs. When I'm done with the USD pairs, then we move to GBP pairs. We go to GBJPY and see what's happening there. Or do you want us to go to GBJPY straight? I don't want to jump and just go there. Let me just continue with the plan I have. Let's do the next thing, which is the USD pairs. Let's go to DXY. I start with GBJPY over there. Alright guys, DXY, that is US dollar currency index, also was fantastic. You know, on Monday I was a bit angry at DXY because it's as if it was not going my way. My analysis was that DXY has completed an ABC correction here, with 4 has completed here. Then we are set for the beginning of an impulse, whereby the whole of this pull to the upside. Can you guys see my cursor? Let me use this. Yeah, the whole of this pull to the upside, I see my wave 1, and this zigzag correction, as you can see here, I see that as my wave 2. You see, I circle that as my wave 2, and I know this is in form of like, you know, a bearish channel that will soon break out. So I was anticipating the breakout. I had a trade that I picked there, you know, and my stop loss was behind here, so it keeps fluctuating, and you know, it will go my way, come back. Oh, sorry, we picked the trade here on Thursday last week, and market went away, then came back, went as deep as this, then, you know, a lot of movements. That was just intensifying my belief that we are in the corrective phase. You know, when you see a lot of movement like that, you know you are in the corrective phase. So now what is happening currently is that yesterday we saw the breakout of this channel, and market started moving higher and higher. So what we are seeing now is a bit of maybe a retracement. Then we can see more buyers coming into this market. I'm going to join them also. I'll be part of those buyers that will pump more into the XY, and it's going to continue to skyrocket. That's what I'm anticipating for the XY. But before I conclude, let's look inward and see our account and see if we have any alternative scenario to this general overview. So the first thing I would like to do is let me try and extend my trend here and see if there's going to be a retest. Yeah, because this is the breakout here, and this looks like a retest that is coming here. So let's see. We have Abidin Abbas. Thank you for joining us. Hello, hi, Abidin. Welcome. Welcome. So, remove these. We can just get these to the side. Just 30-minute time frame. Let's see. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to get in lower and lower for us to see what's happening. Yeah, perfect. Potential reversal zone. Yeah, market try to test our reversal zone like 3 times or more than that. 4th time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th, 5th, and there was a bit of a fake out. It's as if they did breakdown, but market quickly went back up. So what I can see here is something like an impulse. So hypothetically, let me use my brush tool to show you guys my impulse count. This is my wave 1, and this swing down is my wave 2. I see the whole of this move to the upside as my wave 3, and this correction as my wave 4, and the pull up here is my wave 5. Abidin, how can we help you? You said, excuse me, sir, you're a forex trader. What kind of a question is that? You can see what we're doing here. If you have any question for us about what we're analyzing, you can drop it there, or you have any comments. In case you disagree or you agree, you know, you can just do that. You don't need to confirm. You're asking me if I'm the first trader. That sounds so what do they call it? Alright. Deleted your chats. Okay, fine. So if you want us to analyze anything, guys on YouTube, just drop it in the comment section. Just let's see just let me know what you want us to analyze, then I'll definitely do that, okay? I'll definitely get there. Right now we are analyzing DXY, and we are checking if there are possible opportunities what's happening there, so I can get an accurate trade count there. Okay, fine. Now let me go to the 15-minute time frame and see. There's more than one here. Then we have all of these indoors correction. The correction here, fine. First leg correction. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that correction? Yeah, the correction of that side. Okay, fine. All well and good. Okay, you can see. Okay. There are two possible scenarios that I'm seeing right here. Let me go back to the 1 hour time frame so that you guys can see what we say. So what I could see when I try to scan War 1 hide first time. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. You're welcome. War 1. Wow. That name sounds beware. Musa Abdullahi from YouTube, you said the screen is not really clear here. The voice also, sir. My goodness. Then you have to join us on Trading View then. Let me share the link for the Trading View to you guys so that you might want to join us there from YouTube. Let me get the link. So you can join us on Trading View if you want to. So if you press that link, why is it like that? That's perfect here, you know. So guys, I'm sorry, I was attending to those guys on YouTube. They said they can't see the screen or something. But it's perfect on YouTube, on Trading View here. So guys, let's just continue our analysis. So the XY is displaying something that is very fantastic, and we're going to see a very massive opportunity in the XY this week and next week. You know, we had a buy position right here already, so I already closed my trade here because I think week 5 has completed. So what we are seeing here now is the possibility of retracement downward. Let me use my Fibonacci to see, to check where the retracement can get to so that we can anticipate our potential reversal zone. Okay? So now I take my trend line and I try to put it on my 38.2% Fibonacci level. That should be the first region, or let's say first price level, and this is the second price level. That is highly possible for DXY to retest. You can see price getting to as low as this region, this potential reversal zone region, before you can up your buy trade. If you are not going to be buying from this region, then your invalidation level should be behind this strong zone. You know, there has been a lot of rejection here. This is the first rejection. This is the second rejection right here, and this is another massive rejection. This comprises of like 3 lows itself, you know, and this doji candlestick that is signaling that there was a lot of buyers that rejected the sell trade, you know, the whole market to go up. So the all of this impulse upside then gives us that there is a beginning of an impulse. We call the all of these as wave 1. Then we're expecting a correction downward into this zone as our wave 2. So is that clear? If you want us to carry on, just still carry on. Let's go to the next pair. USD. I'm satisfied with my analysis on DXY, and we have seen the opportunity there. While I'm waiting for you guys to respond, let me quickly label this chart and take the screenshots. Also, potential rather, so it's anywhere in this region, and my invalidation level, let me just have maybe here for this particular trade. I'm entering it with any confirmation, any bullish confirmation. I'm going to trade the upside, expecting the bullish move to the upside for the XY. So let me take a screenshot on the 30 minutes. So you guys can see what I'm anticipating. Okay? So that's a bit more interesting. Okay? Saving the chart you made so that we can get back to it when we are doing our weekly market review, so we can see the before and after, what we anticipated and how did the market move. So from there we can learn and concentrate on future trades. Now let's move to the next pair, which is the USD. Let's see what's happening in USD. USD disappointed me a lot. I was so disappointed with USD. I don't know why, but later on when I calmed down and I looked at it from another view, I got to know the reason why it happened that way. Because ideally DXY and USD used to be like positively correlated. Whenever you see DXY moving up, USD almost every time does move up also. But this time around it was totally different. It was totally different. And I remember that I gave a signal on USD buy. We had quite some pips loss here. Expecting a buy from this region and the stop loss to be here, but break below our evaluation level. So that will make us to revisit this market and look at it holistically and see what is possible and what exactly is happening. Okay, so guys, that's what I'm about to do now. First and foremost, on the 1 hour time frame here, before I even start going lower, I could spot this triangle pattern. I'm insisting that this is a triangle pattern. Though there's another way we can try to analyze it if you don't want to take it as a triangle pattern. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it with the first case scenario, and I'm going to analyze it with the other way around also. So let's go for the first case scenario, whereby we think the whole of this is a triangle correction. So if this triangle pattern break out here, as we see, we can say this is the first wave after the breakout, which is wave 1. This breakout this triangle pattern serve as a correction, which we must have an impulse that will come after, and this is ideally how an impulse used to be in form of 5 waves: straight 1, straight 2, straight 3, straight 4, and straight 5. So that's how it used to be. So now the whole of these I counted as my first swing. This is my second swing. This is my third swing. This is my fourth swing. This is my fifth swing down there. So I thought this is the beginning of the impulse. And my 5th swing that was completed here, then market should move. No, what happened was that there was a correction, a zigzag correction to the upside, and it was followed by something that looked like an impulse. So actually I didn't anticipate this, and that's why I had the loss on USD. So but right now, let me look for another possible scenario that's happening here. We are trading with 5. So I could see that the whole of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like something we call a leading diagonal. And leading diagonal always should be with 1. So that makes me think, okay, see a correction to the upside wave 4, and then we now see the continuation to pull, which is wave 5. So this first case scenario is telling me that USD might still have a lot of moves to the downside, and man, the downswing has been crazy right from this high here. Able to pick some nice peaks downward, but let's see. So that is the first case if that holds. Now let me look at it in the second case scenario. If we are not seeing this as a triangle pattern, so what am I going to be saying if I'm not seeing it as a triangle pattern? Let me remove this sign. Oh shit. No, let me open another chart for you guys to see. I think that would be better. Clean chart for USDHF on Wanda and on FX. Yeah, good. So this is a clean chart. We don't have any disturbance on it yet. No, go here. Okay, got followers, new followers. Okay, thank you for following us. Alright guys. Now this is the same chart as what I have earlier, but just that I have not put any drawing instrument on it. And this is what I call the triangle pattern that I spotted a while ago. So now let's say this is not a triangle pattern, then what will it be? Then this is what it is. All of these, the head of the pattern, the correction happens to have corrected. This is wave 1, and I'm going to count this as wave 2. Then we have the beginning of impulse. Maybe it is wave, what is it? Yeah, this will be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, leading diagonal. This correction, wave 2, leading diagonal, and this will be wave 3 to the downside. Man, the same thing as the analysis I did earlier. It's pointing out that there's going to be a continuation of the fall on USDHF. So USDHF is still going to be seeing at least 5 moves to the downside. So let's stick with this chart then. That the whole of this is wave 1. That the whole of this is wave 1. This leading average wave 1. This one will be wave 2. And there will be more opportunities to the downside. So for me, I'm going to be abstaining from USDHF for now. Let me remove the red sign. It's not part of my watch list anymore. But I will still continue to come back and see what is happening. When there are opportunity for USDHF, I'm going to let you guys know on our Telegram channel. The free channel is there. For those that have not joined yet, kindly join us on trading on our Telegram channel. That's where I'm going to be on. I'm going to be updating you guys about what I think is going to happen next for USDHF. Let me quickly show you our Telegram channel so that you guys can see. Okay, this is an example of an update I gave on our Telegram channel yesterday about EURUSD updates. I gave this EURUSD call and it went nicely. So we are still going to get to EURUSD. I just want you guys to join us on our Telegram channel. It's something you can just the link. The link is t.me/Forex channel. Yeah, I typed it somewhere here. Yep. So you can join us there. So now let's move to Euro USD. That's the next pair I'm going to be looking at. So what's happening with Euro USD? What's happening with Euro USD? So I'm trying to check the analysis we have for Euro USD before. Okay, yeah, here it is. So guys, can you see my screen? Yeah, I'm sure you can see my screen. No. I want to put it side by side. This first, and then we have this. So the analysis we have for Euro USD these days, guys, can you see my screen perfectly? Oh, good. So this is what I anticipated for USD in 2 hours, that the ABC correction has completed here. In this case, we had 2 ABCs. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So can you see the flag pattern that's formed right there? That's the price action pattern. And I anticipated that there's going to be a falling breakout of this triangle. So, and that's exactly what happened. Market started falling lower. I didn't even retest, it didn't even retrace as I anticipated. It continued falling lower. So now let's go back to the chart and see what's next for you. This was what happened over the week, and I posted that on our Telegram channel for those that are there. Let's go to the trading view and see what's happening there. So now this is the fall, and to me, I see it as just the first leg of the fall. There's still more to come. Okay, there's a lot of bearish movement that is coming in next after this has stagnated. So what I will do is to confirm that I'm going to go into the 1 hour time frame, and I want to see what's happening there. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, here we are, the 1 hour time frame. Yes. Here we are on the 1 hour time frame here. So the whole of this move to the downside, I already told you that I know my correction has completed. I know this down move is just the beginning of the impulse. So I label this on my impulse. Fine. So let me look inward and see what the wave is saying. Alright, yeah. You see a nice gun here. Starting from here, I can take all of this as wave 1. This correction to the upside as my wave 2. And this move to the downside as my wave 3. Then the question is, where's my wave 4? Okay. This looks like wave 4 down here, but I won't fall for this trap because it looks more of like a correction. For those that are good at Elliott wave, then we know what I'm saying. So all of this is my first leg, this second leg, and this is third leg. Okay, so that means what we are seeing here, this first leg should be A, and this zigzag should be B. Then we should be expecting an impulse to the upside. We should be on wave C. So that is when I can now say my wave 4 has completed. Then you now see a push to the downside, forming wave 5. So that is when I can now say my wave has completed to the downside. So that is what I can count on the lower time frame. So all still points at the same thing. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll be going for just 2 minute break or 3 minute break, so I can just stretch my body and come back and we continue. We still have a lot of currency pairs to check out. We have gold, we have USD, we have the BJP or the USD. So you guys, you shouldn't go anywhere yet. We have NASDAQ, US 500, US oil. We are going to analyze all these pairs one after the other today, and I'm going to be taking your questions. So I won't be ending the live stream there. So I'll just go for because we have 1 hour, exactly 1 hour to the beginning now. I'll just take 2 to 3 minute break, then I will come back and we continue from where we stopped for euro dollar. So guys, I'll be back in a moment. Next 2 minutes I'll be back, okay? Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We're back. I'm back here. Let's continue the analysis. Let's see, we have some people that I see here. And we have some that has left. I'm back. Alright, let's continue the analysis, guys. I'm back for you. I'm back. Let's resume the analysis. Yeah, we stopped at euro dollar. I was explaining the EU movement and what I'm expecting on EU. So currently, say the whole of this is my wave 1 and this wave 2, wave 3. And I was a bit confused about the movement here, that this does not look like a 5-wave count. We can't call the whole of these starting from this high. This is what I'm talking about. I need to reduce this music. It's getting too much. I don't want it to interfere with our live session. Yeah, this is better. Yep. Oh, wow. Alright, back to my analysis. So, you're saying, starting from this high to this low, I could see that it was in form of a zigzag. Yeah. If you agree with me, you see the reason why I said that. So it looks like something like this, zigzag. So whenever we see zigzag, zigzag can never be our wave 3, our wave 5, I mean. No, we counted these as wave 1, wave 2, and this is wave 3 in pause. So this zigzag, this correction is wave 4, and this zigzag is telling us that we are either in an expanded flat pattern possibility. So this correction to the upside, and this will be another correction, and this will be the last leg of correction, which will now be C. This will be the A. This zigzag move downward will be our B, and the move to the upside will be our wave C. So that will come together to form wave 4. You get that? So that is what I'm anticipating for euro dollar. I'm expecting price revenue to pull higher so far it doesn't break above this region before we see another opportunity to sell euro USD. You know, that will be done with confirmation candlesticks. You should know that by now. So let me remove all this count, all this, so I can illustrate it properly. So guys, there's no question on euro USD before I proceed. If there's any question on euro USD, you can just drop it in the comment box there. I'll attend to it instantly, guys. And let me know if you have any comment right there. So what I'm anticipating is it's retracement to the upside, then market to pull down, and expecting the impulse to continue. So let me screenshot that. Let me snap this so we can have an update on it later on the Telegram channel. So guys, that's that for euro dollar. Let's move to the next pair, which is USD CAD. Let's analyze USD CAD. Let's see the possibilities for USD CAD. So So this is 1/2 time frame. Let's first capitalize on these and see what is happening here holistically. This is a pull to the this is a pull to the downside, followed by a correction to the upside, and this correction is kind of use this to hold it. Sorry, I need to drink more water. Fine. Yep. So this is what I'm saying. Let me remove this. Remove all of that. So I think this was a bullish trend that was a bullish trend line that was broken. Fine. We don't need that now. So, this is obvious that this is a correction to the upside after this bearish move. This was a correction after this bearish move. We had this correction to the upside, then we have a continuation of this down move. Okay, so if that tells us anything, what's telling us that firstly we have a possible scenario, we have a high possibility that the whole of this downward move is a wave A in terms of correction number one, and second leg of correction, and this is third leg of correction. That's the first possible scenario, and it's highly possible that this correction has completed here, because I could see this in form of an impulse to the downside. This is wave one, and this looks like wave two. It's like wave three, wave four, wave five, and these all of these. This will be B, and this will be C. Yep, there's a high possibility for that. So let's look at this first scenario and see how it's going to play out during the week. What we are saying here is that, let's say the whole of this is the first leg of correction, this is second leg, and this is the third leg of correction. Let's see if the impulse has begun or not. So if that is the case, if you're anticipating an impulse to begin to the upside, then you can see all of this 1, 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3 of 3, 4 of 3. I call this 5 of 3 here. This is another set of correction, as you can see. It's almost in form of a triangle pattern. Don't let me to be too quick to judge. It could be my A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, it's highly possible. It's highly possible. But there's something that's very clear is that there's going to be a breakout below here. That's very sure. So that breakout now, I don't know if it's going to continue and fall below here, or market will reverse from there. So let's anticipate this movement. If we see any types of reversal around here, maybe a bullish candlestick, we can decide to just test this market, join the bullish trade, and put our stop loss behind here. There's going to be opportunity for market to go up. We can take our profits any zone here. That's the first possible scenario. The second scenario is that market might break below this trend now, this breakout, this pattern we have here. When it breaks below it, there's going to be a bit of retracement to the upside. Then markets can continue to go as low as possible. So that one might not be tradable for us. So let's see on a bigger time frame, starting from like maybe 4 hours, and see what USD card is doing on bigger outlook before we now combine it with what we have analyzed on the 1 hour time frame. Here we are on the USD card chart. As we can see, the whole of this is an ABC correction followed by an impulse to the upside. Fantastic. So therefore, we now have like a better view of what is happening. Okay, there's an impulse that is happening here. Fine. Okay, fine. So as this impulse completed here, it looks like that. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. That looks nice. Then let's look at on 2 hour time frame and see what's happening. Shane, I saw your question. I'm going to respond to that in a moment. Just let me quickly conclude my analysis on USD CAD. So there's an impulse here. Then there's a high possibility that this wave 5 has not completed because it's in form of zigzag. It's not really in form of 5 waves. Let's look at it together. You see all of this swing up, this first swing, and this is the second one, and this is the third one. So it looks more like a correction. So I may not be quick enough to say wave 5 has completed here. Let's just say wave 5 will still come back to complete. So let's count the whole of this as first leg of correction then, and let's see, this is another zigzag to the downside. Let's say this is another, there will be another zigzag to the upside. Yeah, hopefully. So this can now be in form of let's say this will be A, this will be B, this will be C, D, E, and the market might pull up. So it looks a bit complicated, but don't let us solve ourselves with that. Let's go with our analysis on the 1 hour time frame. Let me quickly give a response to a question raised by one of our followers on TradingView by the name Philip Shane. Yeah, the question is that how long have you been trading for, and when did you make your first real money trading? Okay. Now the thing is that this question is one of the questions I used to, like, a very common question beginners do ask, which is, when will I start making money from trading? You know, what I do advise people is this: why you don't just focus on the process itself first, then the money will definitely follow. Though we know the ultimate aim of trading is for you to make money, fine. But when you start trading today and you want to start making money that same day, it is not easy. You are going to be, that means you are coming into the market with a wrong perspective, with a wrong anticipation. So when you come that way, it's going to make it harder for you to learn. Because anything you are learning, you won't learn it perfectly. You just be like, oh, they give me money right now. You know, that's it. So that's the first thing I want to quickly clear before I answer the question. But for me, I've been trading, back to your question, I've been trading for like 6 years now. This is my 7th year trading. And to be sincere, I made my first money in the first year I was trading. And I started with a loss. You know, I lost a $300 account I started with. Then I started funding with as low as $50 to just test the market, just making sure I'm practicing what I'm learning, you know, with a live account. I kept on doing that until one very night I would try and look back into my I'll try and log into that account and see if I can get that trading statement. I can put it on my YouTube channel, even make a video on it. So I remember that same day, that there was a very fortunate day that I was there. There's supposed to be a news that will be released 7 p.m. Then maybe I think FOMC news then, yes. So what I did was that I have analyzed some pairs and I saw them very well correlated. I used a harmonic pattern then. Harmonic pattern, I explored it manually with the way my mentor put me through. So what I did then was that when I analyzed those pairs, I saw correlations on them. Like, oh, this is what USD is about to do. Fine. Okay. I picked the trade then. I remember USD sell, USD share buy. You know, along with some other pairs too. I entered with something of maybe 0.01 on my $50 trading account. So that trade on that very night, there was a massive pull after the release of the news. There was a massive breakdown for USD, and I had nothing less than $650 in terms of profit. It was massive, but it didn't really freak me out, and I wasn't really overjoyous because I've had losses of like $300, $50. So what I did was that I made a withdrawal, and I make sure I return back those money that I borrowed and some that was my own personal use. So then I funded my account with $200 left. then I started trading with it, and I used that same approach for like 2-3 months consecutively. I made profit by trading with it. So that was after which I was like, okay, let me advance my trading. I went for another trading workshop on how to use failure swing and non-failure swing. So for you to qualify that workshop, you must have a $500 account. So I tried to build that $200 account into $500, and I qualified for it then with FXCM. That was the book I was using then. So that was just a bit on how to answer your question, and that was it. So something about trading is that trading education is a cycle. You start from the embryonic stage whereby you don't even understand anything that's happening on the chart. Gradually you start, learning. You have to learn a lot. You can go to babypips.com. You're going to see a lot of information there. Just consume it as much as possible, and try and look online, find different traders, and look at how they analyze, and see the one you fall in love with their strategy. So don't be fooled by those that will just be displaying their profits. Most of them are just Photoshop. They are Photoshop work. Anyone can do it. They will just say, "Oh, this is how much we've made this week." Blah blah blah. No, it doesn't work that way. And there is no successful trader you ask that won't have his own losing season, whereby maybe market is correcting and you might be having some losses, or maybe you are right in 4 trades, you are wrong in 2 trades. It's always happened to everyone. So that's why you always, for me now, the live session I'm having here is an opportunity for me to continue to practice what I've learned and to know when I'm wrong. So it will not be as if I'm just analyzing in my room and picking the trade alone. So I'm bringing it out, sharing it with others, and at the same time also I'm building myself. So that's just how it is when you trade. I hope that answered your question, Philip. If you have other questions, you can just chat me, private chat me, and we can talk better, more. So that's it. And if you want to ask me, I've done as much as raising from 20,000 to 100,000. I did that in 2021. Yeah, that was last year. 20,000. I can't move into 100,000. I can't. So glory be to God. So that's it. And I've lost quite some huge amount of money also. After the Brexit, I had 10,000 lost, 20,000, and thereabouts. So that's it. Here we are again. We continue to do what we do. So that's it. You just have to see it as a skill you're trying to develop, you're trying to master, and with time, you're going to be good at it. And when you become good at it, you always thank yourself for the patience and perseverance. So that's it, Philip. If that answered your question, please let me know in the chat box. Alright guys, let's go back to the analysis session. We are going to gold now. Let's look at gold and see what gold have for us. Because gold is nose diving to the upside now. What's happening? So actually gold has been a bit weird since the mid of the week. The mid of the month, since like 15th of June, thereabout. Been seeing some crazy moves, ranging up and down. That's really affecting our analysis, and it's not really giving us a strong move to the downside as we anticipated. I analyzed this. I was starting from the 4-hour daily time frame on Monday, and I will not want to waste your time, guys. I won't want to go back to those analysis. If you want to do that, you can go to my YouTube channel. You see the link there, and you have access to it. So what I do, what I did analyze on Monday was that the whole of this move to the upside is a correction that we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That swing makes up the first leg of correction, which is A, and we had B, A, B, C correction. The downside as it was wave B, and we have this impulse to the downside as our wave C. Then it was followed by a bearish move to the downside, which is wave 1. Correction is wave 2. And I was expecting a massive pull to the downside, that this would be the first target, will be the second target, third target, and the market just started moving in zigzag signaling a correction. So that's what gold has been doing. You've been seeing this sideways move for over a week now, and it's really annoying. I'm not telling you that it's really annoying. So what is it that we are anticipating for gold? What do we think gold is going to do? Do you have any question that can anyone on the trading view chart now that can tell us what do you think gold is going to do? Is gold ready to reverse up, or do you think it's going to continue falling? And this bullish move is just for short term. Anyone that can answer that, please. I have some people online here. Please, let's make this to be interactive. Just drop your comments here. Let me know. No one is going to criticize you. Just say whatever you think. Okay, still waiting. Oh, no one is answering. Okay, you want me to analyze gold then? Okay, for gold, what I'm anticipating for gold is that the whole of this is the first leg of correction as WXY. This is like a completed correction. So right now that we are seeing this sideways moves for gold, it is making me to reanalyze and now come with another conclusion that this might be another leg of correction. What I mean is that we might now be seeing something like this, that the whole of this move from this low to this upside is the first leg of correction, and this might be the second leg of correction, and we might see the third leg of the correction here. That's my first outlook. You got that? Are you guys with me? I don't know why you guys are not using the chat box. Okay, let's continue. Oh, some people are watching from their phone. Oh, thank you for letting me know. So they might not have the privilege to like chat, and it might not be easy for them. Okay, fine. So guys, that's the first outlook for gold. That's what I'm expecting for gold. Now let's see what is possible for. Let's see the alternative outlook. What else is possible? In trading view, YouTube, someone asked USD analysis on daily time frame. Yeah, we'll get there. We are gonna analyze USDPY, but currently we are analyzing gold. I will get there. Hopefully. So guys, are you with me? This is the first outlook I'm having for gold. I'm anticipating the gold is going to rise in price and will break above this trend line and it's going to go to the best high there. Then if that happens, I will now label the whole thing as maybe the whole of this as first leg of correction, second leg of, and this is the third leg of correction. Then I can now say market is going to resume the sell trend. You get it? That's the first possible scenario for gold. Now the second case scenario is that this parallel channel I drew, market movement, there might not be a correction. That's another thing. It might not be a correction. It might be an impulse to the downside. So if we want to justify that claim that this is an impulse to the downside, so how do we want to label our wave then? How do we want to count it? You say the whole of this is wave 1. Sorry, let me quickly check this out. So if we are trying to justify that, okay, this bearish move to the downside is an impulse, then what we say is that the whole of this, why is it not coming up? The whole of this should be our wave 1, which is not. It should be wave 2, it should be wave 3, this should be wave 4, and this should be wave 5. I can't agree with this. No, that is wrong. Another thing I can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, this is obvious. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not an impulse. It's even so obvious. That's not an impulse. This parallel channel downward is a correction. Is a correction also. So all of this down also is a correction. No, it is. It is a correction, and ideally it's going to go to the upside. Then market might now obey it and come back here. Yeah, that's what I think is happening. So, but another thing that can now happen that I can take as my second case, or let me say second scenario, is that there might be a continuation of flow to this downside, which will now be followed by impulse to this upside, and then sellers will continue. So in that scenario, then if that scenario works out, what will be happening is something like a flat pattern, where we'll have zigzag to the upside, and we have a lot of zigzag to the downside, and then we have an impulse to be strong to the upside. So that's what we call a flat pattern. Guys, don't let it look so scary, okay? This is 3 waves mixed up our wave A, and this is another 3 wave mixed up our B, and this rapid move to the upside is going to be our wave C. So then, if we want to follow this count, then we say all of these 3 waves to the upside, which I leave out WXY, will be our wave A. Where's my wave count? That instance will be my wave A. Sorry, wave A. And this zigzag, then if it falls below here, it might be my wave B, and this rapid move to the upside will be my wave C. So we still have same outlook, though in different ways. The same outlook is that gold is going to fall, but it's going to go up for the meantime before we see a push to the downside. But for me, out of these 2 scenarios that I've just outlined, what I will want to take, the one I want to trade, I might be looking at trading is this. So if you think that suits you, and in case if you agree with me, you can join me. So what I'm anticipating I might trade is I can just take my Fibonacci to measure. Sorry, I need the Fibonacci to measure the all of these bullish moves to the upside. Measure the bullish move to the upside, and I spot my 56.1.8 region. Let me return back my Fibonacci. Yeah, perfect. This will be my 56.1.8 region. Fine. So I might just wait for a retracement into this region. Then thereafter I can now join buy to this upside. So if I'm going to be picking this kind of trade, my stop loss will be very tight, which is somewhere here, or I put my stop loss here, I'll be more conservative. Then I'm expecting price to go. I might not even put it here. This is going to be where I'm going to put it. So I'm just going to be risking some few pips from here down here. That's all. So I'll be anticipating a bigger reward, because what I'm thinking is that's going to come up with like a nice move to this upside. But let's see how market is going to do. Let me have a snapshot of the screen right now so that we can come back to it tomorrow when we have our analysis section, or if at all when we are doing our weekly review. I'm going to post the update on the trading on the Telegram channel. So let me quickly just have a snapshot of the screen right here. So what I'm anticipating the possibility of correction into this territory before they pull to the upside. So let me delete other illustrations. Delete other illustrations so that we can concentrate on those perfect moves. Fantastic. So I'm expecting a retracement into this region. Then there's going to be bullish continuation for gold. That's what I'm expecting. Let's see how it goes. If I'm going to be picking this trade, I'm going to be seeing a very nice bullish confirmation, like an hammer. Before I pick that buy, and my stop loss will be so tight, it will be around 1812 region. I think I'm clear enough on gold. So that's that about gold and my analysis. So GBP pairs, I will be interested in only two pairs, GBPs and GBJPY. I want to analyze more than those pairs. So GBPSD, I was able to pick the sell trade from this region yesterday. I was so fortunate we had deposit pips downward here around 80 pips, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me confirm. GBPSD. Oh, default is not responding. Okay, let me go back. I'll go back to that. I'll come back to that. So now, what is it that we have for GBPUSD, guys? Actually, I closed the trade somewhere around there. I thought it has completed, but no. So I've analyzed these separately since last week that all of this is correction. I'm expecting a push to the downside. This first leg was a nice sell trade for us, and we knew there's going to be a correction to the upside. We thought the correction has completed here. We gave a sell signal that the stop loss should be here. So the market really toyed with our emotion because it went our direction. Then we saw this reversal. It came into the territory of our sell, came back again, went up again, and started behaving, the way those sideways movements, it's just to test your just to test your faith and your analysis. So that now brought me into looking deeper and seeing what's happening. So I got to know that this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and this wave 5, that this is correct position to say our impulse has completed. Then the whole of this is a correction. Then so after this breakout happened and there was a retracement there, that was when I had the perfect conviction that EURUSD is ready to sell. So that was just a bit history of how we pick those our sell position. So now let's look at what we have for today, and is there any possible trading opportunity on GBP USD? That should be the next point of call right now. Deleting each of them. The drawings. Nice one. Notification, what notification? Okay, I have people following us. Wow, this was a notification. Alright. Okay. So is a correction to the upside now. But let's look inward now. Since we've confirmed this is a correction to the upside and this is an impulse to the downside, then we can count that move to the downside as an impulse. That's what is time frame, let's look at this together, guys. This is false move to downward with one correction here is with two time, and the all of this is with one also, with two also, with three to the downside, with four, and with five. Fine, that is absolutely correct. So then I say this is, let me put the proper labeling so that you can see the count. That's 5 wave, and ideally we know when my 5 impulse completes, what will be the next thing? There's going to be minimum of ABC correction to the upside. So let's wait for anticipation. Let's anticipate a correction to the upside for GBPUSD before we continue to sell GBPUSD. What this means in essence is that there is a high possibility that there will be another selling opportunity for those that have not been in the GBPUSD trade beforehand. Okay, so let's anticipate that. Okay, guys. So let me take my 500 sheet and measure all of these, and let's see how it goes. So I'm expecting retracement in the direction of 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci zone. So let's see. So this is what I'm anticipating for GBPUSD. I'm anticipating a bit of retracement upward, and then we can see an opportunity. We may see an opportunity to continue to sell GBPUSD. But right now, I won't advise you to just jump into this falling knife. You know, if you just put your hand in a falling knife anyway, it can just get your hand caught. So I don't want you to do that. Let me screenshot this for record purpose. And we know. Thank you guys for liking, following us on TradingView. I can hear that signal. For those subscribers that are joining us TradingView, we have Master Trading Lane. Just followed us. Thank you. So guys, I'm done with GBPUSD analysis. Let me see what's happening on GBJPY. There's someone that asked about GBJPY trade sensor. It was the one that asked that question about GBJPY and what we are expecting on it. So guys, before I can analyze GBJPY, I want us to go back to the daily or 4-hour time frame. Daily is more, daily will be more precise. Okay, 4-hour then. 4-hour. Good. Guys, can you save this? Let me quickly talk my what? So TradingView, guys, will see my screen properly. Yeah, there. So this is what I have for GBJPY for our time frame. Starting from here, I have this old correction to be my ABC. That's 3 legs of correction. That's zigzag. This is the first leg, the second leg, and this is the third leg. And I hypothetically drew this just for illustration that when we see a zigzag, it must be followed by an impulse to the opposite side. So that was why we were expecting a pull to the upside, and we started here. Started from this low. This was the first wave, and this is the second wave. This is the third wave. This is the fourth wave, and we anticipated that this is going to be the fifth wave. So the fifth wave started from here. Started going higher and higher. Price continued going higher and higher until it terminated here. Oh, this is another question from Digital Cat Blanket. This is like hello, what you live at? What you live at? Oh, okay. Do you mean what am I currently analyzing, right? This is GBP as a chart. GBP as a chart. No, GBJPY, I mean. GBJPY chart. GBP chart. Or do you mean where do I live? If you want to know that, you private chat me, you don't ask me that here. So let's continue our analysis, guys. So so we are began the wave 5 here. The wave 5 has begun, which stopped here. Mute. Yep, perfect. Let's continue the analysis for GBP. GBP JPY. So we began the wave 5 from this low, and price started moving higher and higher until it got here. So now let's go to the 3-hour time frame and see, because we are focusing now to the main point of our analysis. So wave 5 could not have ended here, so that is why we know this is our correction to the downside. Fine. So this zigzag serves as a correction. Let me point that out. I need to annotate that so that we can see it perfectly. We will mix it up. So let us mix things up. So this is the first leg of correction. That's understood. So now we now have these movements, all this upside movement that's happening. All this upside movement to me also looks like doesn't look so impulse like. How do you want to call it? I can see all of these impulses. This wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possible. No, it doesn't look like impulse. It looks more like a flat pattern that might just break out and start going lower. Yeah, that's my first outlook for what do we call it? That's my first scenario for GBP. That's the way I see it. Let me take that as my first outlook for GBP, guys. I think you're making sense of what I'm saying. Yes or no? I think that's yes. That's a yes. So let me bring my arrow down here. Fine. So for GBP, we might anticipate that there's going to be another push to this downside. Then what has happened to this correction? Then this corrective pattern will now be the first leg. We serve as A. Then this to this upside, this correction to the upside will be or B. Then we are still expecting another move to the downside, which should be our C. Then if that happens, then we can now see a continuation to the upside for wave 5. That is one possible scenario for GBP. So the second scenario that is possible for GBP also support the bearish outlook on the longer time frame. And that one is that what we can see from that one is that this impulse has this move to the upside is not an impulse. Maybe this wave 4 has not completed, then we can. I'm talking about the second scenario. Then we can say all of this is first leg of correction, this is second leg of correction, and there's going to be another third leg of correction before we now see wave 5 to the upside. So both scenarios still point at the same thing. The first one is telling us that there's going to be a fall for the meantime in the short run, and there's going to be continuation of evolution. The second scenario is that there's going to be a massive fall to the downside for a long time, and there's going to be a push up later on. So it's the same thing. For me, on JPY, what I can see here, what I can analyze is that there's going to be a push down from anywhere in this region. Although we might see, some funny movement to the upside, so far it doesn't break above these points. Okay, you can see some funny movement to the upside before we now see this massive downside. So actually, it all depends on, GBJPY used to be very volatile, and I know a lot of people like trading GBJPY because of its volatility nature. When they are wrong, they just guess, and if they're just lucky enough to be right, market will quickly move in their favor and take some nice trips out. And at the same time, if they are right, it might move in their favor and they will see massive profit. So that's why most traders like trading GBP. I understand that. So, but what I will sincerely advise is that anyone that wants to trade GBP, just be looking at a sell opportunity there with its evaluation level to be very tight, so as 166.95, because this is a very nice currency structure that's very clear. It's as clear as as what we call it, as the snow. Then we have something that looks like a bit like correction to the upside. That one is the probability of that one being a correction is like 75%. Okay, we are having a chart from someone, comments on TradingView from Digital Cat. He said that following the break of structure market will bear short for 60 pips. I'm in California, USA. Again, California, USA. Alright. Thank you for joining us from USA. Okay. So you are also expecting a possibility of bearish move for like 60 pips on GBJPY, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Let me know if that's what you're trying to say. But pending that, let's continue our analysis. I want us to look into, let me snap this first, and we can have it for record purpose. This is what we have for GBJPY in terms of analysis. So guys, let's look at US oil and maybe US 500 and NASDAQ. Some of those nice indices. My goodness, it's 1 o'clock already. I want to go outside, so I'll go somewhere. We'll be rounding up the live session in the next 15 minutes, guys. Any other currency pair want me to analyze and I have not discussed, you can just drop it in the chat box, okay? I have less than 15 minutes to round up my analysis, my live session. So I'll meet you guys again on Monday. Tomorrow, Thursday, same time, 11 o'clock, British summer time, okay? So let's quickly look at US NASDAQ and US 500 before we call it a day. This is no longer needed. We use it to find this divergence here. Yeah, those that have been following me knew that NASDAQ is one of the trades I analyzed last week, and we made massive profit from it. I gave a bullish call right here, which we did close the profit around here. It was a very nice profit. And there was a question on Monday in the live session that what was happening to NASDAQ. What advice for NASDAQ was it on Monday or last week? I can't remember. I can't really recollect. Advice that I do this zone as a support and resistance level, that if market is able to break above it, it's going to continue to rise in price. But if it rejects it, there's going to be possibility to the downside, because what we were trading was just a correction to the upside, and that's what happened. This is another opportunity on NASDAQ, but I missed this bearish sell, this sell trade, just because yesterday I was a bit busy and I did not analyze it too on Monday. That was why we couldn't take advantage of this. I can remember it was last week I was discussing about this here, and I drew these levels. Okay, guys, what we were anticipating was a correction to the upside, and that's what happened. It's completed exactly around this region. So the first move here we counted as wave 1, wave 2, and this is wave 3, wave 4, 5. So we were expecting minimum of a zigzag correction, and this is how a zigzag correction looks like. If it's going to be to the upside, A, B, and this will be C. anticipated this to be this with A, this will be with B, and this will be with C. So the whole of this move to the upside also should be our wave A, and this correction should be our wave B, and this should be our wave C. But something that is interesting is this. I may not label them as wave A, B, C. I will label them as WXY because we have three zigzag in this correction. So I'll bring out my WXY to here. A, B, C here will be my first W, and this correction will be my X. Another A, B, C to the upside will now be my Y. So after that has completed, permits me to remove this former resistance zone. After that has completed, that correction completed, we saw the beginning of this bearish move to the downside. So if that is the case, let me go into the 1 hour 30 minutes or 30-minute time frame to see if there's any opportunity for retracement. So the whole of this is wave 1, wave 2, and this is a massive for the downside wave 3. So I should be expecting a retracement into this territory. Then that will be another opportunity for us to sell. So guys, let's brace up. There might be opportunity for NASDAQ sell. Okay, let's anticipate that. Let's use our Fibonacci to measure our possible support and resistance zone, which would be our potential reversal zone. 56.1.8 Fibonacci level as usual. Yes, let's anticipate there's going to be a retracement into this territory, and then that will be a perfect opportunity for us to join NASDAQ sell. If we join NASDAQ sell there, our stop loss and validation level will be right here. Okay guys, so expecting an impulse to this downside. Let me bring this, or just let me put it here because I will need it for illustration tomorrow. What's this? Let me put it down to this side. So let me remove this, all this drawing. So this impulse has begun already. The impulse has begun from the beginning of this C. So C is an impulse. Fine. So what I'm just expecting is maybe some bit of retracement into this territory. My validation level will be right in here. Or label that settings label as validation level. Validation level using my tick blue. I'm putting that at like 24, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Bold in italic. 20. So guys, that's that for NASDAQ. I will want to snapshot this, save it for record because we can get back to it. So guys, if you have not yet joined my Telegram channel, I'm very serious about it. You are really missing out. You are really missing out. What you need to do is just try on your Telegram channel, on your Telegram app. If you have it on a desktop or anywhere you have it, just come here and search for trading for Forex Lab channel. Yeah, you see. Just search for Forex Lab channel. Here we are, Forex Lab channel. You don't join us, and you're going to be seeing some of our analyses that we post here day by day. So guys, that's what I want you guys to do. Just search for Forex Lab channel. You are going to see us there. Okay. Alright. So guys, my time is almost up. I have just 6 minutes left. What else do you want me to analyze? There's a lot here, but someone asked about USDPY. Let me see if I can quickly just brush through USDPY, and that will be maybe the last period I'm looking at today. Actually, on USDPY, I don't have any real-time analysis on it. It's been a while I've checked this pair, but what is obvious here is that we have all of this move to the downside is in form of like a correction. This is a correction that has happened following by an impulse to the upside. So that impulse is what we are now going to look inward and see if it has completed or not. You know, There's a high possibility that USJPY is going to be reversing zone soon because with 5 has completed. There's a high possibility that USJPY from the who asked about USJPY, let me see. Someone asked us of USJPY. I think it was on YouTube. Wing. We are now analyzing it. I don't think it's still right there. I don't think it's still with us. Analyzing. USJPY. So I don't think it's still there with us. Alright. So guys, USDJPY, I'm anticipating that it's going to fall from this region anytime soon. But remain another tool I'm going to use for this for the confirmation, and that's my Fibonacci tool. Permits me to just remove all this drawing. I don't like the way it doesn't look coordinated. It looks a bit rough. So let me quickly use proper tool to sort it out. I see that we are about to end, and you guys are just joining us. You guys are just joining us. You're welcome. We have started this live trading session since from like 2 hours ago, 11 o'clock. That's 11 o'clock UK time.